Welcome back to Capital Market Live on Channels Television. We'll begin with some stories now coming from the Nigerian Stock Exchange as part of the updates given to us this week. The Nigerian Stock Exchange has lifted a suspension placed on RT Briscoe PLC following the submission of the audited financial statement for the year ended December the 31st, 2017, as well as the unaudited financial statements for the periods ended March the 31st and June the 30th of 2018. RT Briscoe was one of the 8 listed companies suspended in July for non-compliance with Rules 3.1 of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. And according to the exchange, pursuant to the Rules 3.3 of the default filing rules, the suspension of trading in the issued securities has been lifted upon submission of relevant accounts effective Friday, September the 14th of 2018. RT Briscoe, however, recorded strings of losses following impairment allowances and finance costs arising from a huge debt burden allegedly linked to Diamond Bank in some quarters. The exchange has also listed a total volume of 49.32 million units of 10.66% of the just concluded federal government savings bond for the tenure August 2020. They are 175.51 million units of the 11.66% FGN savings bond for August 2021 was also admitted this week for trading at the exchange. The admittances follow the conclusion of the 19th series of the Savings Bond Initiative of the federal government, which aims to encourage financial inclusion, savings culture, and financial literacy generally in Africa's economic powerhouse. So on an annual basis, the exchange engages in a marathon race tagged Corporate Challenge, and it's aimed at raising funds for the purchase of a mobile cancer unit. The marathon race began some 5 years ago with a view to raise funds as well for the eradication of cancer scourge in Nigeria. It is done in collaboration with listed companies and other capital market players. The 2018 edition held today in Lagos at the Muri Okunla Park, with participants running some 5 kilometers around Victoria Island from the Muri Okunla Park through to Ajose Adeogun and some other major streets that you know, forming the central business district of Lagos. So speaking to the media after the program, the Executive Director Legal, Ms. Tinua Adeawe, explains that some 57 million naira have been saved from the initiative, but are not investable in the markets. Let's listen to her.
Events like this help to show the people that are suffering from the disease that they're not alone, that there are people with them, there are people supporting them, even if they don't know them. There are people that are interested in what they're going through, and people that are interested in ensuring that together we can beat this disease. So far, before this edition, we had raised 57 million, we had saved 57 million naira. So that's the amount that we have in savings towards the mobile cancer units that we want to buy, which obviously will help us to put mobile cancer units on the road and have people be able to walk into such units for screening, for detection, and for information purposes.
Where next are we going with this?
Where next are we going? We expect that very shortly we will have enough money to be able to buy the mobile cancer center. We intend to continue to have these races every year. We intend to continue to raise awareness, and we intend to continue to partner with anybody that is a well-run and well-governed ethical organization that is interested in eradicating cancer.
But is there targets by way of price?
We have targets. We don't want to announce those targets now. We don't want people to hear the targets and say they are not helping again, for example. But we can assure you that we will account with respect to the money. I just told you that we've saved 57 million so far. Those savings are for the purchase of the mobile cancer unit. And as time goes on, we will continue to give information about the funding.
Okay, this 57 million investable in the markets, given the conditions that you've designed around it?
We don't invest in the market. The NSE runs the market. It does not invest in the market because there's an ethical conflict between investing in the market and running. And so the 57 billion is secure, but it is not invested in the NSE's market because that will be unethical.
Some ethical reasons for not investing that money in the market. It's probably domiciled somewhere, and I do hope that in the next few years, even though we don't have a specific target for that fund right now, for that initiative, in the next few years, we do hope that the Nigerian Stock Exchange will certainly be able to produce at least one mobile cancer unit, and how that will work out, how that is going to be managed, where it will be stationed, what part of the geopolitical zone it is going to be used, because we know the Nigerian Stock Exchange, of course, has got some branches across the country. All that is yet to be known, but hopefully the Council of the Nigerian Stock Exchange will be able to give us an update on that. The management will give some kind of press release going forward. It is the organizers are positive and really hope that this will happen in the next few years. We'll keep fingers crossed and do hope that that will really get to the media and we will be able to broadcast to you as well. So let's just bring you up to speed again on some of the events that we had this week, especially the way the market finished off. We told you that the equities market closed negative for the third consecutive week, with the benchmark index dropping some 5.02% to 32,327.59 points amidst continued sell-offs by foreign investors and some domestic investors. Now, 4 of the sessions this week closed in the red, except for Friday's positive close, which halted a 7-day losing streak. Accordingly, the year-to-date for the market was at 15.47, while the month-to-date losses surged to 7.23% respectively. We got the bears dominating major sectoral indices, with the industrial goods ending 7.55%, and that's the worst index in the series. Leads the pack, and the insurance sector down 5.93%. Consumer goods sector was down 5.37%, while the banking sector shed some 4.35%. The oil and gas 1.67% in terms of its indices. The market breadth remained negative. We had some 56 losers and some 12 gainers. As the market resumes next week, it is hard to say what direction markets will be facing, but right now at the 32,000 psychological mark, perhaps the 31,000 psychological line decline is what is next. Investors need to understand that these are decent time for entry, especially in stocks that have fundamentals. Basically, that is what we have been seeing in the markets, domestic investors taking advantage on some of the stocks that have fundamentals, dividend-paying stocks, bonus-declaring stocks in the markets, especially now that the prices are really low. That's all the time we have for you this weekend on Capital Markets. Thank you for being a part of it. I'm Temple Ashaju. On Monday, we'll continue with the other side, the part 2 of the IST interview, where the barrister Isaiah Ako tells us some of the challenges that have been experienced in the IST and some of the cogs in the wheel in the progress for delivering judgment at the IST. I'm Temple Ashaju. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.